of the benefits that are offered to injured workers is vocational rehabilitation. Now, vocational rehabilitation is provided through what's called a QRC, and a QRC is a qualified rehabilitation consultant. An injured worker has the right to choose any QRC that they want. Oftentimes, insurance companies will assign a QRC to you. However, you do have the right to change if one has been assigned, but you have to do it within the first 60 days. After 60 days, you can change a QRC, but there's a process, and it requires either an agreement amongst the parties or for a mediator, arbitrator, or a judge to order that the QRC be changed. So it's important that you choose the right QRC. And speaking with a workers' compensation attorney can help direct you to find the appropriate QRC. An alternative option would be also contacting the Department of Labor and Industry. But again, I would encourage that you talk to attorneys, either our office, as we've worked with many different QRCs, and we know which QRCs are going to look out for your best interest. Now, what does a QRC do for you? Well, a QRC can help to attend doctor's appointments. Sometimes going to doctor's appointments on your own can be intimidating, can be confusing. You don't know what questions to ask, and a QRC can certainly help with that. Now, they can't provide you legal advice, but as a QRC, they're to be a neutral party. But as a neutral party, they're also there to help you through the work comp process from a vocational standpoint. So in other words, they're trying to get you back to work, and a QRC can assist in doing that. And one, by going to doctor's appointments. Two, contacting your employer and working with your employer if they need to do an on-site job analysis to determine if work is accommodating your restrictions or limitations. They can do that. They'll work with your doctor and your employer to do the best that they can to get you back to work. Now, in the event that you cannot go back to work, well, then you can look to job search. What are other alternative options for you out there? And a QRC can help with that, in addition to the other services that they provide. QRC may assign a job placement specialist, someone there to assist in finding job leads for you, working on your resume, all of the things that go with trying to find a job. And sometimes that may be difficult, as you may have worked at a job for years and never needed to put together a resume or do the things that are necessary to find a job. And so having that extra support is extremely beneficial. Lastly, a QRC could also help to develop a retraining plan for you. Now, not every injured worker is going to get retrained in the workers' compensation system. However, if the injured worker or yourself is a retraining candidate, then there is the possibility of you being retrained. And a QRC would help to analyze that and put together a retraining plan. A retraining plan needs to be submitted to the Department of Labor and Industry, and for it to be approved, it needs to be approved by all parties, or ultimately approved by a mediator arbitrator or a compensation judge. And a retraining that can include a 2 or 3 year program, books, tuition, mileage, as well as wage loss for a maximum of 156 weeks. So getting a QRC on your file is important. If you need assistance with that, you can contact